Hey, what's up guys? So, welcome to another unboxing video slash review, mini review, initial impressions and testing of the brand new DJI Ronin SC. Before this SC, I had the Zhiyun Crane Plus. Yes, the Plus. It was a great little gimbal. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't the easiest gimbal to use, and also it was quite expensive. So then when I saw this guy come out, I was really excited because it costs, I think, like 30–40% less than the Crane Plus, at least here where I live, South Africa. Great. So I immediately put the Crane Plus on sale, put it up for sale, second-hand sale. I sold it, and then I ordered this guy the same very day. So, and it's arrived now, and I'm very excited to start using it, and just to see what it's capable of. So I'm really excited. But as I said, let's jump straight into the unboxing. Alright, so here it is, all packaged up, nicely wrapped, very well. It's quite a bit smaller than I expected it to be. The box is actually a really nice size. Let's cut it open, let's take the packaging off, and let's see what it's like. So, what I noticed, this packaging is really nice. The box is solid, it's really sturdy. When you knock it, you can feel it's actually it's substantial. You're not going to break it soon. You might ding it a bit, like get some scratches in it or whatever. That doesn't really matter that much. It will protect the gimbal very well. So this packaging is a little bit difficult to get off without tearing it, but that's fine. So as you can see, it's nicely labeled on the front, etched or whatever. I don't really know how they did that. Injection molding, I'm sure. And on the top there are two very nice sturdy latches which will securely close the lid, and you won't have any oopsies while carrying it around. Very nice, good addition to the thing. Alright, so here's the gimbal. Nicely packaged, everything has its own little spot. That's a nice manual or papers and stuff that honestly, I will probably read it. Lots of people don't. Silica gel packets, very important, don't throw them away. Just chuck them in your camera bag and they'll keep moisture away from your lenses, cameras, and all your important things. Here's a little tool bag, little extra screws, and two Allen wrenches of different sizes. These will be used later, I assume, but nice of them to include that. Next, it is a little USB-C to micro USB converter. Not entirely sure what we'll use that for, but I'm sure it'll be used for something. I doubt it's in there for no reason. And next is a little camera support mount. I noticed it's made out of plastic, which is interesting, nice for weight saving and cost saving. Next is a little cable. This is a USB to USB-C cable. I assume that is for charging the gimbal. Next is another little cable. This one is for a Sony. It's USB to the multi whatever port. It's the Sony camera cable. And over here is a USB-C to USB-C, which I assume you could also use for the Sony. We'll see about that. Here's a camera riser bracket, or whatever you want to call it, in case your lens is the front diameter is a bit big, so it doesn't fit on, so you just put that under your camera so it's a bit higher so it actually fits. And here is the mounting quick release plate. It's quite a nice one, looks standard. There's a little moving thingy so you can mark where on the gimbal you put it, so you always put it back in the same place so you don't have to rebalance your gimbal every time. Here is a phone mount that connects to the side of the gimbal with a cold shoe mount, which is quite nice. I think I might use this for more than just the gimbal. I'll probably use it as like a little monitor. I like to put my phone on there as a little monitor for when using my camera for videos like this, I guess, because Sony doesn't have a flip screen, which would be great, but yeah, maybe that's asking a bit too much. But yeah, so it's nice. This is included. You also obviously attach your phone when you are trying to use all the cool features of the camera that require a Bluetooth connection. This is the handle and battery of the gimbal, with a little battery indicator on the side. Nice sturdy build, and yeah, unfortunately the battery is not removable. This is the battery, and it's got 2 screw threads on the bottom, so you can mount this straight to the top of your tripod, which is fantastic. Over here we have the little tripod for the gimbal. Very nice to put it on when you're balancing your camera. Also nice to use it for hill cameras, GoPros or whatever if you're out and about. It's made out of solid plastic. There really is good, fantastic build quality. Yeah, very nice that they added this. It's got some rubber texturizing on the outside, so that acts as a handle for your second hand. And now we're at the actual gimbal part of the gimbal, I guess. Always so satisfying removing the plastic bits on new stuff. I love it. Let's take it out. The build quality is absolutely superb. It's made mostly out of aluminium, it seems. It's got a USB-C port on the back and a locking mechanism on the side. I assume that is for the battery/handle. It's got a little button in the front, and it's got a port on either side to connect the peripherals to. Once again, I'm astounded with the build quality. It's solid, it feels really good. And here on the arms there are mechanical locking sliding thingies, which is really nice, which keeps the arms locked in place, so when transporting it doesn't just go everywhere, because these arms do have a tendency to just rotate and fly around, and yeah, they can be very annoying if not locked away. So this is fantastic, and I've heard that it also really helps for when balancing the camera. And yeah, it's taken me a while to figure out how to actually unlock all of them, but they're all done and moving freely, so that's pretty awesome. And it's quite nice to adjust the gimbal for balancing. Nice little not even thumb screws, I don't really know what you want to call them, but they're very nice and they're solid and easy to operate. This bottom one took me a while to figure out. When you loosen this screw, it allows for the moving of the mounting plate left and right, but you also have to undo it if you want to slide the plate onto the mounting part, as it releases like a little spring with the mounting thing. Alright, let's assemble the gimbal. Now find out which way is the right way around, and you have to unlock the lock and you slide it right on and lock it again. Quite simple really. Very nice, comfortable, good weight in the hand, feels good. It's really nice and light. Very similar weight to the Zhiyun Crane Plus, which I'm happy with because that was very nice and light. The joystick is also very nice. I like that it's a little short one, so you don't have to strain your thumb to try and reach it. Everything is within within reaching distance, and it just seems to be really well thought out. The layout of all the buttons is good. There's a power button on the side, there's a recording button, and there's a mode button. You don't really need much more. Alright, now the little tripod just screws straight into the bottom, easy peasy, and then you can set it up and let it stand on its own. Unfortunately, the camera did not come charged, so we're gonna have to put it on charge. Luckily, USB-C, all the things. Alright, so that was exciting. Always fun to open new things. As you saw, it's packaged really well. I was really impressed. The case could be a little bit more solid, but that's fine. Like before this, I had the Zhiyun Crane Plus, and that came in a really nice, solid, plastic, water-resistant, like Pelican case look-alike type thing. So that was really nice, but this is also good. More than good enough. For the price difference between the two, I'm very happy with this. Alright, so done with unboxing. The initial setup needs to be done now. So what we will do is we will balance the camera. I will balance the camera on the gimbal. That will probably take me a good 10-15 minutes. I'm not too good with that, but lots of people hate it. I don't hate it. I look forward to it. And now, once we are done with the balancing, let's plug in the USB-C to the, I've read and heard online a bit that you should not use the USB-C to USB-C cable with Sony's. As you can see, I'm using the Sony a7 III because apparently that for some reason turns off the IBIS. So we'll be using the USB-C to it basically looks like a mini micro USB cable. We'll be using that one instead. And I'm going to run it now from the port underneath the lens and then into the camera to prevent the cable from getting snagged on anything. Alright, and now let's mount the phone holder, well, the little bracket for the phone holder and then the phone holder onto the side of the gimbal. Now first you need to take off the little protective plate using the supplied Allen keys. But pretty simple, just take it off and take the two little screws off, take it off, and then you're going to unscrew all the three little bits that make up the phone holder. There's the actual phone holder, there's the hot shoe mount, and then there's a mounting plate. You want to take this mounting plate and then screw using the different sized Allen key and different size screws that are in the packet, so that are supplied with it in a packet. I'm going to screw those in there, and then you're going to screw the little cold shoe mount onto the bracket, and then onto that you're going to mount the phone holder. So that's pretty simple. I got a bit confused with the different Allen key sizes, but that's fine. And then you can easily mount your phone there you can either stream the video from your camera using the Sony something app, I can't remember the name. So that could be quite nice if you can't see your screen nicely, but honestly I can see the screen just fine because of this lowered back motor arm. So I don't know if I'll be mounting my phone there. Possibly not, else we'll see. But once you have set up plugged in the camera and balanced and everything, you need to connect your phone with the DJI Ronin app to the gimbal, and then you need to log in with your DJI account and activate your gimbal, essentially, because everything needs to be activated these days for some reason. But now, after that, you're just going to have to do some gimbal calibration and balance testing, but that's really simple. The app guides you perfectly through it. Oh yes, one point I forgot to mention is that the mounting plate that the gimbal uses, I've seen a few places online also where people are saying that it is not a compatible plate with like tripods and stuff, but mine works perfectly. My tripod is the Manfrotto Element Traveler. The mounting plate that comes with the tripod works perfectly with the gimbal, so that's very convenient. Now, everything's done already, we're ready to go outside. Okay, clearly that doesn't look like it because my camera's over here. But for you guys, everything's ready. So I think let's go head outside, test the gimbal a bit, and then we'll get back and let you know what I think. Cool. Let's head out. Alright, so it's the next day now. Busy reviewing the footage from yesterday. Unfortunately, I could only do a small, short test. Didn't really have much time. But I'll be honest, I am very, very impressed with the gimbal, the DJI Ronin SE. Something that I noticed in my previous gimbal is micro jitter, which I had to fix in post with warp stabilizer, and now there's absolutely none whatsoever, which is really amazing. Like, the stability of the shots, like, outstanding. Honestly, like, even when walking at a decent pace, there's hardly any vertical shake or anything of the sorts. When panning and tilting and everything, it's just so smooth, and like, that's amazing. But I think the thing that is going to cause me to use this gimbal almost every time I shoot is that it's just so damn easy to use. Like, I don't even have to rebalance my camera every time I put it on, as I usually had to do with my old one. I literally just slide it right onto the gimbal. There's a little marker that tells me where to tie it down. I just plug in the cable and it's ready to go. It's honestly amazing. And the little trigger in the front, it's really useful for blocking off the axes and just turning it. It's really good. And then also another thing that's amazing about it are the smart features. Like, I'm sure you saw the motion time lapse. Really cool feature. Still need to learn how to use that properly, so don't blame me for not great motion time lapse. But it's really got great features. It's got panorama mode, where it can take like a panorama for you and line up all the shots perfectly so you can stitch them easily in post. It's got your 3 different user modes, which are really easy to cycle through, and you know which mode you're in. Zion, I'm looking at you. I had no idea with my previous camera which mode I was in, obviously, except for like actually trying to like just move it and then see what happens. But that's a terrible way to tell you which mode you're in. It's really easy to change the modes. The recording button acts as a focus button as well. If you press it halfway in, great. The little hold shoe mount on the side, I can use that for my microphone, which is amazing. Then I don't have to put the microphone on top of the camera when I'm using the gimbal, which just, yeah, that just reduces functionality and stuff. So it's really nice to be able to just put it on the side here. Honestly, it is just fantastic. This is the gimbal that all mirrorless shooters have been waiting for. If you are shooting on a mirrorless camera and you're not using lenses that are too large, like, yeah, I'm using the 28 to 70mm lens, and that works perfectly. Obviously, I doubt a 200mm lens is going to work, but it's worth a try. But if you shoot with a reasonably sized lens and a mirrorless camera, this is the gimbal for you. And I think if you are in the market for a gimbal and you are shooting on mirrorless, do give serious consideration to this gimbal. It has got all the functionality you could ever want and more, like the force mobile motion. It's basically where you control the gimbal with your phone, like you tilt your phone and then the gimbal moves. I don't really see how that is going to be useful for me, but maybe some of you out there will have a use for it. Like, I like that they went above and beyond what is required. And if you're thinking about the build quality of this thing, it is exceptional. You can see in a few places that they swapped out metal for plastic to try and reduce weight, like with the little tripod on the bottom. But like, they've reduced weight, it's plastic, but it is super strong. You cannot even get this little thing to flex at all. And just the general feel of this thing is super sturdy. it's comfortable in the hand. It's a nice textured grip. The battery lasts forever. I think the battery life is rated at 11 hours. So I can't think of a time when I'll ever need it for that long. So incredible. Honestly, go buy it. So thanks everyone for watching. I appreciate your time, your viewership, and your attention. And if you enjoyed this unboxing / review / mini test, I don't know what it is, please do consider subscribing there in your bottom right hand corner. It means a lot. It goes a long way. It actually tells me that I should carry on making the videos. I probably will anyway. But yeah, so I don't usually do these reviews or stuff. I'd like to do more, but I don't usually do it. Usually I do like more adventurous things and traveling and whatnot. But so please do go check out my other videos. You might find it interesting, maybe not. But consider subscribing. If you like the video, please hit the like button below. And as always, have a good day. Cheers.